Being a YouTuber can be one of the most rewarding experiences ever, but it can also be one of the most draining. See, YouTube has helped me grow in unexpected ways, and that has been amazing. But it's not always what it looks like behind the scenes. After 4 years on YouTube, I realized something that most people do not talk about. My name's Murtagh, and I'm a therapist who has helped hundreds of people recover from chronic pain, chronic fatigue, trauma, and nervous system dysregulation. And over the years, I've heard some amazing stories of people watching my videos, using the strategies and practices, and making a full recovery. So this is possible. Please believe in that. But today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and explain what I love about being a YouTuber and what I hate about it. Let's start off by discussing what I love about being a YouTuber. Number one, sharing my message and having a positive influence. YouTube has been this vehicle that has allowed me to share about neuroplastic pain and symptoms and a brain-based approach globally. And at this point, I have over 2 million views, and that's important to me. And the reason it's important to me is that when you have debilitating chronic pain or chronic symptoms, we get lost in being shut down and hopeless. And my videos have given people hope. They've helped people learn about neuroplastic pain and symptoms, and that their symptoms are reversible using a brain-based approach. Now, when I had debilitating widespread chronic pain, this was over a decade ago, a lot of the resources that exist nowadays weren't there back then. And so there was no apps, there was no digital courses, there wasn't even a therapist in Canada that taught about neuroplastic symptoms and a brain-based approach. So in a lot of ways, I was on my own. But I found this 7-part YouTube series. It was a guy, and I'm very grateful to him. He recovered from his chronic pain using Dr. John Sarno's methods. And for those of you who don't know, Dr. John Sarno is really where a lot of this mind-body content originates from. And I watched those 7 videos hundreds of times. And they were a big part of my healing. That, and with a few books by Dr. Sarno and Dr. Schubiner, I was able to fully heal. And once I fully healed, I knew that I needed to commit to neuroplastic symptoms and sharing this with the world being my mission. And so for the last 5 years, I've been on that mission. And that's why I started this YouTube channel, because I want to share this globally and have people get hope and start to recover. Number 2, providing free education and practices. For a lot of people who have chronic pain or chronic symptoms, we're broke. And the reason we're broke and we have no money is because, our symptoms have been debilitating and we haven't been able to work for a really long time, or you've spent so much money on medical treatments and psychological treatments trying to get better. And I truly relate to this because when I had debilitating chronic pain, I was not financially in a good situation because of this. And so, yes, as a therapist, I provide therapy services that cost money, and I also provide a digital course that costs money. But I've realized that was just out of reach for a lot of people. And I wanted a way to support this community for free. And that's what YouTube has allowed me to do. And so my YouTube channel, compared to others that are out there, what you're going to find is I lay out all the education on a variety of different topics. I provide you with a lot of meditative practices, somatic practices, emotional release practices that you can use for free. And I also lay out a lot of strategies such as cognitive or behavioral strategies. I did this intentionally. I'm giving it away for free because I know people can't afford it. And so I love being a YouTuber because it's given me this opportunity. Number 3, refining my therapeutic approach. This was actually unexpected when I started YouTube. Now, because every single week I am writing a ton of content and then performing it for all of you, what happened is I learned the pain and symptom science in a very comprehensive way. And by providing all of this content for free, people have given me feedback around what strategies or practices were helpful or unhelpful. And because of this, it helped me refine my therapeutic approach in a very detailed way. Now, for the last 2 years, me and my team of therapists have been creating the most comprehensive model for treating chronic pain and chronic symptoms. We call it embodiment-based symptom desensitization, or EBSD. We've put everything we can into this. I've been working tirelessly on this project. And because of YouTube, we were able to refine this approach in a very detailed way. So I'm very thankful for YouTube because of this. Now, EBSD, we're going to be launching it in the fall in the form of therapy services, a digital app, as well as group coaching. So more to come on this. Now, what I hate about being a YouTuber. Number 1, hurtful comments. Ooh, the internet sucks in this way. People feel that because they're online, they can say really mean, hurtful things. So each and every week since I started my YouTube channel, I get hurtful comments about my appearance, where people are just going out of their way to be mean. I get people talking about my eye condition. I get so many wandering eye jokes being thrown at me. I get people, yelling at me for not blinking enough. I've had comments about my clothing and my weight. And even more hurtful, I've had comments about my character, that I'm taking advantage of people with chronic symptoms, that I'm sharing misinformation, and that I'm a coward for doing it. Now, these hurtful comments 4 years back stung a lot. As a people pleaser, recovering people pleaser, I want to be liked. And realizing that so many people hate you is like a really hard thing to swallow. Over time, though, these hurtful comments have helped me grow. And they've helped me believe in my mission, believe in the work that I'm doing, even if people don't like me for it. And that's character building. I've learned to be hated and be okay with it. And 4 years back, that would have been a really hard thing to do. And so even though I hate these hurtful comments, I understand they come with the territory of being a YouTuber. And I also understand that they've just helped me grow more and more as a person. Number 2, pressure. Now, I love writing YouTube content. I spend about 4 hours a week writing my YouTube scripts, and I really enjoy that part. But I felt so much pressure when I started about performing on camera. And even to this day, I still feel some of that pressure. It feels really vulnerable. I'm sharing about my story, about my flaws. I feel pressure that I want to be useful and provide helpful content. And that pressure, that pressury feeling is one of the things I hate about being a YouTuber more than anything else. Now, over the years, I've learned to cope with this pressure better, and the pressure has lowered. I've learned to, as Alan Gordon talks about, lower the stakes. Even if I put out a bad video or I perform poorly, it's not the end of the world. I'll just learn from it and move on. But that pressure is very real. And I always tell my wife that I would be a terrible famous person because I find safety in privacy. I find safety in being private and only sharing vulnerable things with my close family members and my friends. But on YouTube, now I'm just sharing to the world. And this actually became really apparent when I went to the ATNS conference, which is a conference held every year for professionals about neuroplastic symptoms and the appropriate treatments. When I went, I think it was like 3 years ago, and then all of a sudden I walked in the room and all these people were coming up to me and they knew me. They knew me. They knew my wife from the podcast that we do together. And it felt like very vulnerable. I was very grateful that people found my content helpful and wanted to come up and say nice things about it. But it felt really scary because I love privacy. And so the pressure's still worth it. I've learned to work through it, but it is one of the things that I don't like about being a YouTuber. Number 3, it's a lot of work. Now, most of my videos are 7 to 15 minutes in length. And when you're watching the end product, you may not realize the amount of work that has gone into making my video content. So here is my weekly schedule for YouTube videos. 4 hours of writing video ideas and scripts. 1 hour meeting with my team about the scripts. 4 hours of setting up and filming content. 1 hour preparing the videos for my editor. 1.5 hours reviewing video edits. 2 hours responding to comments. And there's actually so many comments that I get that I just can't respond to them all. So I am sorry about that. But as you can see from my YouTube schedule, that there is a lot of hours each week being put in to creating YouTube content. And although it's been a lot of work, and sometimes I get tired doing all the work, it's well worth it because I understand the positive influence I'm having on the chronic pain and symptom community. And I also know it's worth it because people just reach out to me and tell me my videos have changed their life. And that is like so emotional and amazing that I've been able to help people recover. And so even though it's a lot of work and sometimes I hate the work, it's well worth it. So this is what I love and hate about being a YouTuber. And even though there's a lot of things I hate about being a YouTuber, it is so worth it. And I'm going to continue to providing videos to the chronic pain and symptom community. Now, if you want to take the next step in your healing, join my 7-day brain retraining challenge. I will put the link in the description of this video, and you can take that next big step in your healing and start to recover. I'll see you all soon. Take care.